coaches want to help you, and it doesn't even just have to be your high school coach. It could be other coaches in the area if you carry yourself with good sportsmanship. And so I think it starts from just you cold calling, cold emailing, cold messaging people. And so don't sit back and wait for them to come find you.
For families who don't have a lot of exposure or connections when it comes to recruiting, what are the most effective ways to get their student athlete in front of the right college program?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, just getting those videos and exposure out there and having those videos and just emailing coaches, sending Twitter X message coaches, having your coach do the same for you. And obviously, if you're a great person and a great teammate, that coach is going to go out of their way. Your high school coach or AAU coach is going to go out of their way to reach out to any connection possible. And then even other coaches of potentially, I know, like you mentioned, Coach Staley, like when he was at AC Flora, he had connections with tons of kids from other teams, and it was from other schools, and if they asked him, hey, coach, like, you got any connections? Can you help me out? I mean, Coach Staley would if they were good people. Coaches want to help you, and it doesn't even just have to be your high school coach. It could be other coaches in the area if you carry yourself with good sportsmanship. And so I think it starts from just you cold calling, cold emailing, cold messaging people. And so don't sit back and wait for them to come find you. You got to be out and about doing it for sure.
Coach, you mentioned this before. I see a lot of parents, they want to play travel ball. What should parents look for when they're choosing the right team or organization for their child or student athlete to play travel ball with? What are some keys that they need to be looking for?
Yeah, good question. Like, obviously, like, so basketball wise, everyone wants to play in the EYBL, but you got to go somewhere where you're going to play. So find an AAU program that you're going to beat, that you're going to play. Like, you might not everybody's going to start on their high school team immediately, but you can find an AAU team where you're going to play and get, even if you're not getting major exposure, you're getting work in to set you up to hopefully be successful in your high school season. And so I would say find a program that you can play, and then obviously find a program that is well run and well coached for sure. And so I think it comes down to having a great coach, a great caring coach, and then finding a program that meets your level of play that you're going to be able to contribute in. So just because you're not playing in the EYBL as a 10th grader doesn't mean you're not going to be a college basketball player. Like, the growth spurts and developmental levels are so different. And again, bringing up AC Flora, like, one of my favorite stories is, and I guess he was the same year with the Ryan Davises and those guys. And Denzel Johnson was a football player, and he barely played his 8th grade year at Creighton, and then was on JV, I think 9th and 10th grade at AC Flora. And then Ryan Davis was just a stud athlete and was on the varsity football team at AC Flora his 9th grade year, but Denzel, his growth spurt was different, and Denzel ended up being a tremendous player. Really, not until his 12th grade year was he the highest level player, and ended up playing at Clemson, and nobody would have thought that in 8th, 9th, or 10th grade. And so, so you never know. And so just go where you can grow, and you can get better as a player, and you never know what's going to happen.
And I'll share this too, Coach. I had to realize my family, we don't cuss a whole lot. And I realized one thing with our daughter, Jordan, when we were trying to find the right AAU team, coaches that cussed at her a lot, she didn't perform well.
Yeah.
And it was because of the environment that she grew up in. So when she finally found a coach here in South Carolina with an AAU team that just talked to her, and when she made a mistake, taught her the right way to do it instead of just cussing her out and sitting her on the bench, she began to just blossom. So I want parents to understand, make sure you select a team that child that suits the environment and mentality of your child. If they can't handle people yelling at them, then you need to look for a coach that fits their style or fits their character. So that's extremely important as
No,
well.
quite. Yeah, that's a great point. And that's one
Yeah.
of the people talk about, oh, well, AAU's watered down now. It used to be only like select players could play AAU. And now there's an AAU team for everything. But that's
Yeah. Yeah.
one of the good things though, that you can select your program, you can select your coach, you can play for a team that fits your playing style, or the coach fits how you like to be coached. And you
Right.
don't always get that opportunity at the high school level, but
Very
in
true.
the summertime you could do that. So yeah.
Let me ask you a question, because you brought this up a little earlier. The world is changing, and when it comes to college recruiting, what advice would you give the athletes who may not be Division I prospects, but still want to play college ball at a high level?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I think what people sometimes talk about Division III or Division II, and it's like, oh, I'm not playing that. And it's like
Right.
every player on the Division III team or Division II team was probably one of the best players on their high school team. So any level of college athletics is a great accomplishment for sure. And even if you don't play Division I, the lessons that you're going to learn and the experience that you're going to have are going to carry you on for potentially to set you up for success in the next phase of your life. And so I would say, and then now with the transfer portal, and then now it's getting even crazier with especially with college basketball, where, I mean, there's been a couple former professional players that are now going back to college, which it doesn't make any sense. So you got 25-year-old guys that are playing Division I. And so I would say, again, back to the AAU model, like, go somewhere that wants you, go somewhere that fits your playing styles, go somewhere that you can play. And so I've even talked to some of our guys here at Oak Hill that they're like top 150 players in the nation, and they got some Power 5 offers, but they're probably, the odds of them going in there and making an impact right away as a freshman are not great, and they may end up getting buried on the bench their first year, and then they're going to get in the transfer portal and look to go down next year to play. And so why don't you think of it potentially as a different way and go somewhere that wants you right away? Hey, South Carolina, Ole Miss, these guys are on you, but it's going to be tough for you to contribute as a freshman. But there's schools like UNC Greensboro or something like that have been on you since you're a ninth grader, and they want you bad. You can go there, play, be impact, who knows, all conference, and now you potentially could put your name in the transfer portal and make a lot of money playing up instead of transferring down. It's definitely getting interesting with all of the things with NIL and the transfer portal. And I mean, I just saw, I don't know if Deontay Neal, he's a point guard in the Charlotte area. Tremendous athletes, very undersized. He's a great football player and basketball player, but he's like 5'9", but he was North Carolina Gatorade Player of the Year last year. He actually, side note, he wanted to come to Oak Hill this year, and we didn't take him. I'm wishing we did take him, because he just had 42 in back-to-back games, but he just committed to UNC Greensboro, and in this last summertime, a lot of Power 5 schools ended up coming out and offering him, and he ended up committing to UNC Greensboro. And he's like, they've been on me since day one, and they wanted me, and they've shown me love, and I know that I have a great connection with the coaches, and I'm going to be able to go in there and contribute right away. So I mean, I think finding a school that you potentially can contribute right away is the way to go, I would say.
Coach, let me ask you this. You see this a lot. You're seeing the recruiting process, and you're intimately involved with recruiting. When coaches are evaluating the student athlete, are they watching the parents as well?
That's a good question. I mean, I would say the high school level for sure. The high school level is like, if you're a private school and you're recruiting athletes like we are, I mean, I think the parent definitely comes into play. I don't know how much at the collegiate level, just because that's more of a business. I mean, I like, again, like we talked about, the grade for a student athlete, their grades, positive social media presence, and being a great teammate is intangible, is that you don't take athletic talent that can help set you up for success. So if your parents are carrying themselves great and being very supportive of the coaches, I think that's going to be definitely going to be a positive for sure. So yeah, there's definitely like we talked about, being a good person goes a long ways, and whether that's the kid being a good person or the parents being great people, that's definitely going to be a plus for sure in the recruiting process.
That wraps up another episode of Recruiting from the Bleachers. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and I appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to join us next week for another insightful conversation. Stay connected with us on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube at Recruiting from the Bleachers. Like, share, and follow to keep up with the latest updates. And don't hesitate to leave your comments and questions. We'd love to hear from you. For a deeper dive into the basketball recruiting process, check out our book, Basketball Recruiting, A Parent's Perspective, available now on Amazon.com. Parents, remember, from the bleachers to the big leagues to the boardroom, let's keep cheering and steering our student athletes towards success. We'll see you next time.